My name is Isabella Martinez, and I need to share something that completely changed my life. Honestly, I've struggled to find the right words for this story, but it's too important to keep to myself. This is not just about what happened to me. It's about a message that could change everything for you too. On April 5th, 2023, my life took a turn I never could have imagined. I experienced something that shattered my understanding of life and death. For 12 minutes, I was clinically dead. No heartbeat, no breath. But in those 12 minutes, I didn't drift into nothingness. I went somewhere profoundly real. And what I encountered there changed me forever. It's taken me months to process this and gather the courage to share it with the world. But I now realize this story isn't just mine. It's a message meant for all of us. To give you some context, I've been an emergency room nurse for over a decade. My life has always revolved around science, facts, and tangible realities. I've seen the worst and best of humanity, moments of despair, and moments of incredible resilience. If you had told me even a year ago that I'd be here sharing a story about dying and coming back with a message from Jesus himself, I would have laughed it off. But life has a way of upending everything you think you know. That day began like any other. The night before, I had struggled to sleep after attending my son's soccer game. My mind was racing with thoughts about work, family, and the endless to-do lists that come with being a single mum. Feeling restless, I decided to take an early jog to clear my head. The pre-dawn streets in my neighborhood were calm, wrapped in a light fog that gave everything an ethereal quality. At 5:12 a.m., as I crossed the street, a distracted driver struck me. One moment I was alive and well, the next everything went black. Or so I expected. Instead of darkness, I found myself in the most extraordinary place. The first thing I noticed was the light. It wasn't like sunlight or any artificial light we know. It was pure, warm, and alive. This light didn't just illuminate the surroundings. It filled me with an indescribable peace. Every burden, fear, or worry I'd ever carried seemed to vanish in its presence. As I adjusted to this overwhelming brightness, I began to see colors more vivid than anything on earth. Each hue seemed to pulse with life, as if the very air around me was alive. Then, I heard music. Not like the music we know, but something far more profound. It felt as though joy and love had been transformed into sound, resonating through every part of me. Then, I saw him. My father. He had passed away when I was just a teenager. Yet there he was, vibrant and glowing with a heavenly radiance. "Sarah," he said, his voice filled with a love that transcended words. "You don't need to be afraid. He's waiting for you." Before I could respond, he reached out and touched my hand. In that moment, I felt every unspoken question I'd ever had answered. It was as though knowledge and understanding were being poured into my soul without words. Then he said, "There's something you need to see." The light around me grew brighter, and I saw him, Jesus. His presence was beyond anything I could describe. He was divine yet human, radiating love and power. His eyes held compassion, wisdom, and an understanding that pierced through to my very soul. There was no need for introductions. I knew exactly who he was. "Sarah," he said gently, yet firmly, "there is something you must see. Something my people need to know before I return." What followed were 4 visions that have been imprinted on my heart ever since. The Great Distraction. I saw people glued to their devices, completely absorbed in technology. They were surrounded by countless distractions, social media, endless entertainment, and the pursuit of material things. Jesus said, this is how the enemy works, by keeping them focused on the temporary, so they forget the eternal. Many are lost, not because they hate the truth, but because they are too distracted to seek it. The great deception. I saw figures of light and courage deceiving the world. These beings spoke with authority and promised enlightenment and peace. But their words were laced with lies. Jesus warned, they mix truth with lies to lead many astray. They appear as angels of light, but their intent is destruction. Stay rooted in my word. It is unshakable. The Great Awakening. Waves of light spread across the earth as people turned back to God. I saw miracles, revivals, and people coming together in faith. Yet, I also saw believers being persecuted, mocked, and attacked for their unwavering devotion. Jesus said, stand firm. The reward is eternal. What you face now is temporary, but your faith will lead to everlasting life. The Great Return. The final vision was breathtaking. I saw Jesus returning in glory, surrounded by angels. Every knee bowed, and every tongue confessed that he is Lord. The beauty and power of this moment were beyond anything I can describe. Jesus said, tell them I am coming soon. Be ready, for no one knows the day or hour. As the vision faded, Jesus looked at me with infinite love and said, you are not alone. Trust in my strength, and my spirit will guide you. In an instant, I was pulled back into my body. The pain was excruciating, but the gratitude for what I'd experienced overwhelmed me. Paramedics hovered over me, shocked that I was alive. They later told me that my heart had stopped for 12 minutes and that my survival was nothing short of a miracle. The days that followed were a whirlwind of recovery and reflection. My injuries were far less severe than anyone expected, and I healed at a pace that baffled my doctors. But beyond the physical recovery, I knew I had been given a mission. What I saw and heard wasn't just for me. It was a message for everyone willing to listen. As I've shared my story with close friends and family, the reactions have been mixed. Some have been deeply moved and inspired, while others have been skeptical. I understand the doubt. I was once someone who believed only in what I could see and touch. But now, I know there is so much more to this life than we can comprehend. If you're reading this, I urge you to take this message to heart. We are living in a time of great distractions and deceptions. But there is hope. Jesus' promise is as real today as it was 2,000 years ago. He is coming back, and he wants every single one of us to be ready. To those who feel lost, overwhelmed, or uncertain about the future, know this: you are not alone. There is a love and a purpose waiting for you that surpasses anything this world can offer. Seek it, hold on to it, and share it with others. I don't know why I was given this experience or why I was chosen to share it, but I do know this. My life is no longer my own. It's been entrusted to a greater purpose, and I will spend every day I have left fulfilling it. This is not the end of my story. It's only the beginning. And as I move forward, I do so with the unwavering belief that the best is yet to come. Not just for me, but for all of us who choose to follow the light. Now, it's your turn. Will you answer the call? Will you seek the truth that has been waiting for you all along? the choice is yours, and it's one that will echo into eternity.